Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Marvel Legends Gamerverse. Marvel vs. Capcom War Machine versus Omega Red. This was the Walmart exclusive. Maybe you guys did, I don't know. I got on pretty early that day online, and I ordered these without really trying. I had no trouble at all, and I've seen lots of people finding them in stores. So let me know, are you guys having any luck with this one? It seems like a way easier to get thing than the Target one, so let me know how that's working out for you guys. But here's the thing, I like this 2-pack a whole bunch personally, but I'm not sure it's that good. I don't know. I'm very curious how you guys feel about it by the end of the review, but I don't know. We're going to talk about it. It's kind of an interesting thing. So let's go ahead and get them off the stand and take a closer look. Alright, before we look at the figures, I do want to show you my package. It is a good one. I like their new Marvel vs. Capcom packaging with the background. That's very nice. Figures, very obvious accessories right in there. Takes me back to the good old days of action figures where it wasn't this pretentious, everything needs to be gray and black and modern looking. Like, it just looks like fun. And I love the fun aspect of it. You get some, I always want to say sprite work. I don't think these are actually official sprites from the game. I think it's just pixel art. But there you go. And then on here, there you go. Love that. And probably not the best poses to put on there. There's plenty of poses you could have done. Whatever. Doesn't matter. I don't collect the packages. Let's talk about these guys. They're basically repaints. There's a couple new pieces here and there, but mostly they're repaints. Now here's the thing that I'm struggling with is I like them a whole bunch. I like them a whole bunch. This guy is not really a struggle. We'll talk about him in a minute. This guy's a bother for me. He's really causing me to struggle. Not because they gave me a solid black figure almost with a figure that's got solid white parts. That's super hard to film when it's just raw PVC. This just soaks up the light and makes it look like I can't film properly, and this makes everything look too dark. So this video is going to look like crap, I think. But anyway, let's do a height measurement. Then we'll do a question of the day. This guy stands about 17.4 centimeters to the top of the noggin. That's going to make him about 6 and, I don't know, 7/8, give or take. And then this guy is going to be, to where his head is, I'm going to say 7 1/4. His hair is adding a little bit extra. That's going to make him about 18.3. Alright, here he is up against everybody's favorite Darwin. We've seen this figure before, so that's not really surprising. And then here he is up against everybody's favorite Darwin. There you go. Alright, so my thing is, most of the figures, they seem to have been based on the sprites. This one is clearly not. We've already got the sprite version of War Machine because it shares the same sprite as Iron Man for the most part. So this is the artwork-based version, and that's fine with me, but even if you're doing the sprites or the artwork, was War Machine ever pantsless? And I say that meaning, this color shouldn't be here, right? Didn't War Machine always have the dark? And sometimes these were colored like this color, or the knee pads were, but aren't his thighs supposed to be the black or the gunmetal? I thought they were. I don't know. I'll have to check, I guess. I checked a little bit earlier, but maybe I missed something. I thought this isn't right. I love the look of the figure. It still looks really good, but I'm pretty sure these are supposed to be the dark color. Anyway, let's get into the aesthetic in general. It looks really nice. The black parts are a nice matte finish. There's no metallic to them at all, which I kind of like. The light blue parts, they have the the swirly pearl and swirl put together, almost like purple. Some people love it, I don't. And here's why I don't. Because they did this part, which is the very nice, let me make it brighter for War Machine and see if I can make this work. And hopefully I remember to make it darker for Omega Red. They painted this faceplate, and it looks gorgeous. It's high metal flake, it's super reflective and metallic looking, and it's wonderful. I love it. And then they did the rest that's just this swirly garbage, comparatively. It doesn't look anywhere as nice as this. This looks so good. By the way, I love the head sculpt on this. Nailed it. Love that. So yeah, that's why I don't like the swirly stuff that they do, because it looks so much better when they paint it, and they actually do a really, really good job with painting metallics. But this figure has no paint on him, really. There's this, and then there's this. That little dot there. I'm pretty sure this is even a swirly piece and set in. So yeah, basically no paint, which is really unfortunate, but he still looks pretty good nonetheless because the sculpt is nice. It's a really nice sculpt. They're still using the old legs, so some of you guys are going to hate that. These figures are super gummy because Hasbro makes them gummy. Even when they're pinless, they're still pretty gummy. Because even when they do use pins, they don't put hard plastic in the joints. They still use PVC because it's cheaper for them, so that sucks. but he does look really nice. So aesthetically, despite his limitations, I still really, really like him. Now this guy, I think, is probably the best looking version of Omega Red that they have released. He's got the darker, little bit less saturated red. The whites are nice and white. They're not a cool white, they're a warm white, which suits the figure well. They didn't paint some of the gray parts, they did, or silver parts, they did paint some of them. So same issue as War Machine there. But generally he looks pretty good. They have the logo on the hands, and the head looks just wonderful. The paintwork and shading throughout the face looks really nice. The hair looks really good. The shading on the hair looks really good. I meant sculpt and then paint. It's a really, really nice looking figure. So despite this figure's flaws in anatomy, which are very well hidden by his shoulder pads, coincidentally, this is easily one of their best looking builds. This guy too, for instance, both of these guys actually look like source material characters, not people in cosplay. And it doesn't take that much. Like, that's all it takes, in fact. For figures with very little paint on them, this guy has a little bit more, Omega Red. It doesn't take that much to make them look that good when you have the right sculpts underneath. I think they both look splendid despite their flaws. So I'm actually thrilled with this 2-pack because I love both of these designs. But the reason I said I don't think some people will be, or most people will be, because this one's not super accurate if I'm right about this, and there's virtually no paint. And it's a repaint, and this guy's even closer to a repaint. I don't think many people feel the need to replace the existing versions of War Machine that we have, or the existing Omega Reds. That's my hunch. I personally like these two versions a lot, and I'm very happy with it, but I could totally see people just passing on this, and maybe that's why it was easy to get. But yeah, I think they look great. So aesthetically, I'm going to go 8 out of 10. They're pretty darn good despite their flaws. Now, as far as accessories go, we'll start with Omega Red. He's got the 2 little tendrils, then he's got the 2 big tendrils. No bendy ones at all. I think that's a huge misstep, so that sucks. He's got the 2 fist hands and the 2 open hands. That's it. War Machine has the 2 fist hands and 2 open hands. They're blast effect hands, but he doesn't have blast effects to come out of them. So there's that. Then he has the giant, horrible-looking fireball that comes out of his cannon, and then the missile that comes out of his cannon also, but there's nothing to connect that to. So it's just really, really lazy as far as accessories go for figures that are almost exactly repaints. Like, there's a few parts, but not that much. I'm going to go 5 out of 10. These accessories underwhelm me thoroughly. I'm curious how you guys feel about that. Alright, now as far as articulation goes, it's the same as before, really. I'll run it just in case you guys haven't seen it and you want to see how the plastics are holding up, because these guys are both very, very gummy. First of all, we have his cannon, so you could count this as an accessory, but you don't really want to take it off. It's on a ball peg, technically, and that slides forward and back, so you can do that, but that's it. For the head, it's on a ball peg, and it moves around pretty well, all things considered, so that's nice. Man, I love that head sculpt. I really wish they did the paint everywhere. Shoulder pads are still probably, well, they're not going to get in the way too much. You can rotate just fine, but I'm thinking, let's see. Yeah, they work pretty well. That's pretty good for the shoulder pads. Can't complain. Man, this guy is dark. I forgot to change it for Omega Red, hopefully. Did they even look at him yet, up close? I don't know. My brain's going. I'm getting old. Alright, there you go. Arms work fine. Gumminess in the elbows is not a real big deal, because they don't go that far. He's got the big old gauntlet. Wrists rotate and hinge, that's fine. Ab crunch on this guy does go back. It gives you a giant gap, but it does go back nicely, and it goes forward nicely enough. So it's okay, and it's well enough hidden on this guy that it's alright. Waist twist is there. Like, these figures definitely could be better if they weren't made by a company that's trying to be as archaic as possible in their engineering and everything. But these are still, like, good examples of how Marvel Legends should all be, I think. In terms of sculpt, not in terms of like lack of paint and engineering. Knees work okay, but yeah, super gummy because they're using PVC throughout, and it's a really soft PVC. Feet work pretty well. Yeah, it's fine. Ankles are kind of loose, but it's not bad. Let's see about this guy. I don't want him to be washed out. We'll leave it like that and hope you guys can see. Maybe I should do a little darker. I don't know. We'll try it. So this guy, old style joint for the neck, so he's going to have a lot more limitation, and his hair back here and up here gets in the way. Why Hasbro, where is it? Why Hasbro refuses to use soft plastic for hair, other than being cheap, is beyond me. I'm guessing it's just because they're cheap. So we have the shoulder pads that definitely get in the way some, but like not really because they're gigantic, so Oh, I can't raise his arm up any higher than that? Oh, there we go. It's working. So yeah, his shoulders still work. He has a big old butterfly in there, and the shoulder pads are going to flex around mostly. I wish they figured out a way to make the shoulder pads go with the arms, or the butterfly, rather than just being pegged in at the top, but they're huge, so it doesn't really matter that much. Bicep swivel is fine. Double jointed elbow is fine. Works okay. I noticed, I don't remember the old ones doing this, but when you peg his hands into his forearms, the whatever you call this piece separates a little bit from the arm, and it looks kind of crappy. I just noticed there's yellow on mine right here. That sucks too. So there's that. Okay, and then you get your waist twist, ab crunch. Everything feels the same as before, like exactly. They're still gummy where they were before, especially in the legs, which is unfortunate. And this guy has really, really loose ankles, so that's gonna suck. So yeah, their articulation is the weakest part probably. Well, other than lack of paint. The articulation's the weakest part, but it's fine. I'll go 7 out of 10 for that. But yeah, as a 2-pack, I happen to really like it. I like the character designs a lot, and Hasbro didn't really screw them up. Other than this guy's legs, I'm pretty sure should be dark. But yeah, it's a good-looking 2-pack. If you don't have either War Machine or Omega Red, or both of them, get it, for sure. It's a cool 2-pack. But if you already have both, then you probably don't need them. Omega Red's colors I like a little bit more. The difference here, by the way, I didn't mention it. It's not super noticeable unless you're really, really looking for it at the naked eye. But his head looks great. This guy's new head looks great. I don't know. I think it's worth picking up. If you're collecting Legends, you could do way worse than this 2-pack. But it's certainly not as good as it should be, given that this MvC set that they're making should have been like all standouts, like really impressive stuff. And it's not. It's just kind of good enough. But I happen to really like it. But objectively, it's fine. I'll give it an overall rating of 8 out of 10 as a 2-pack, but it's certainly not an overwhelming thing. It's overwhelming in its mediocrity. That's the best way to put it. But I'm curious what you guys think, so let me know in the comment section below. And that'll do it for me. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.